A lot of these so-called luxury apartment communities are called luxury, but they are not. They are just new, okay? That's it, they're just new. What I consider a property to be luxury is a property that has a doorman and or a concierge. The whole point of living in a luxury building is for convenience. So if there's no one at the door to hold the door for me when I'm coming in with my packages, how is that luxury for me? If there's not the concierge to collect my packages, to screen people when they're walking in the building, how is that luxury? Hi, I'm Kenya and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want to give you 10 of my top reasons to live in a new luxury community. Now, these are 10 reasonable reasons. Number 1, luxury buildings are new, modern, updated, and you'll probably be the first person to live in your apartment or your home. And I love the feeling of newness, let's be real. I feel like we all love newness. And this is why we have a problem with overconsumption, because we love popping the tags off of that new, okay? I do. And the first 2 apartments I've ever lived in were brand new. And it's like, it's a wonderful experience. You move into your new place and it smells new. The refrigerator is brand new. The washer and dryer is brand new. And we love new. We just love that for ourselves, right? Number 2, so if you are a woman, it would be safer because there are cameras and someone is always at the front desk to see who comes and goes. So that's a big plus. You're a woman, you're living on your own, especially for the first time. Those cameras are capturing everybody walking in and out. As a former property manager, sometimes I would just sit in my office for about 30 minutes and just watch the cameras. Who's coming in and out? And if anything happens, like your packages are stolen, I could always go back to the cameras and see exactly who took those packages. Number 3, your packages will be safer because they will either go into a locker or concierge will collect it and place it in a room for you. And as someone who lives in an urban neighborhood, I pay for a P.O. box, $200 a year, so that my packages could go there. But now, as of lately, companies have been getting really strict and they will not ship to P.O. boxes. And last week I came home to my Aritzia box and my Pandora box being in front of my door. Yes, FedEx left it. And I wasn't home. I got the alert from the Ring cameras from my phone. I'm thinking they was gonna just leave the sticker on my door, like, we came and we missed you. I walk up to my house around 5:30 in the evening and I see my packages on the stoop. And I'm just like shocked, like, oh snap, like, I couldn't believe my packages were still there. But nonetheless, I was grateful. You live in a luxury building, you don't have to be worried and stressed like I was. You could just rest assured and be relieved, like, you know what, concierge got that, you know? Or they put it in a locker in our building. And even if they didn't, you know it's in the lobby and that there's cameras in the lobby or the package room. Number 4, closet space. Now, I find that newer properties have much bigger closets. They have walk-in closets, so if you have a large wardrobe like myself, I'm currently at capacity, then you would have a lot more options to put your stuff. In pre-war buildings, the closets are so tiny because these buildings were built before people started to accumulate large closets. Before, people would just use trunks, and back in the day, people's beds would be really high and then they would store their clothing under their beds. That is a plus for the fashionista in 2024, or fashionista. Number 5, a lot of new apartments have washers and dryers, and I want to say that it is so convenient having a washer and dryer in your apartment. I would rather that than having to get up and go to a laundromat, especially if you live in colder climates like the Northeast, or even like in the Midwest like Chicago, the state of Washington, where it gets cold, you know? We don't want to have to leave your house to go to the laundromat. That's just not the business at all. So number 6 would be amenities, especially co-working spaces and shuttle services to like the train stations. As of recently, a lot of people do work remotely, and so being able to just step out of your house and go into a co-working space like a conference room or small office spaces or just common areas and be able to use your building's Wi-Fi to get your work done is an extreme plus. It's just nice to just have that. even having like a fitness center on the premises. If you've always wanted to get into shape, there's no excuse. You don't even have to leave your property to get into shape. I've seen properties that have swimming pools, they have jacuzzis and saunas, and that right there I feel like is a real luxury experience to have all these things on site. One building I visited in Edgewater, New Jersey had like a dry cleaner and a tailor on site. So you buy something and it's not fitting quite right, you just go down to the second floor and go see the tailor. They will fix your stuff up for you. Call, like, that is a luxury, and those are all the amenities that makes it worthwhile to live in communities like this. A lot of these places have shuttles to like your local train station, because a lot of the times people are commuting into major cities. The convenience of just being able to easily commute to work, and you don't physically have to drive your car to a train station and pay for parking and fight through the traffic yourself. Right, number 7, central air and central heat. Even though I love my pre-war apartments, my older apartments with character, during the summertime you have to have an air conditioner in your window. So I feel like central air is a must. Central air is a must, because I know, me living in New Jersey, it gets really hot in the summer. It gets extremely hot in the summer. So central air is very important, and also central heat. In this way you can just adjust your heat on your own. And some apartments, they even have thermostats in each room. If you want to sleep at night, you could turn off the heat in your living room. You could just have it on in your bedroom. And this way you are essentially able to, I guess, reduce your heating bill and your central air bill. Number 8, I feel like in the newer apartments, the windows are larger. I feel like in older apartments, all the windows are like so tiny. A lot of older apartments are dark. And you know, with the rise of luxury buildings going up every day, one of the key selling points and the factors are the windows. A lot of them are floor to ceiling windows. And even if they aren't floor to ceiling windows, they are larger windows. Much larger than older properties. So if you're someone who thrives on natural sunlight, you are a content creator and you need the light, you work from home and you need some extra light, you don't want to just be in the dark all day, I feel like that would be something that would be beneficial to you. Number 9, sometimes the rental criteria is easier and the security deposit can be $0 sometimes. And one thing I notice about luxury buildings is they'll tell you, hey, it's a $500 deposit, only depending on your credit if you are approved. Now if you're someone like me who has excellent credit and who has worked to maintain excellent credit, that's a plus, because if the rent is $2,000, I don't have to pay a month rent for security deposit. I only have to pay $500. That will give me extra money to, you know, buy furniture or do all the things that comes with moving into an apartment. And if your credit isn't so good, then, you know, they'll be like, hey, then you'll have to pay the whole security deposit. Because these are luxury apartments and these are usually very large buildings, these are managed by larger developers who own thousands of apartments and lots of properties. In this case, those types of properties will be more lenient on the criteria. A lot of the times they have concessions or specials where you get 1 month free rent if you sign an 18-month lease. You get 2 months free rent if you sign a 2-year lease. I feel like when you are going into luxury buildings, that's one thing you should be asking about is concessions or specials, to see what you can get. And sometimes they will divide the money over the 12 months or the 18-month lease or the two-year lease. And so if the rent is $2,000 and you just got 1 month off, then it'll probably be like $100 less each month. $150 each month you will be paying less, if you get what I'm saying, if I'm making any sense explaining it. And so that can be a plus for you. And maybe after your 2-year lease is up, go move somewhere else and try to find the same special somewhere else. But then again, I don't recommend that, because it does cost to move, and it's like, if you're going to pay to move somewhere else just to get other concessions, just stay where you are. Number 10, apartment community events. As of lately, there's been this big talk about the loss of third spaces and how we are in a lonely epidemic because there is a lack of third spaces, a lack of spaces where people can go and hang out with one another and meet people. And so I feel like these community events that a lot of apartments have is a great opportunity for you to get out of your apartment and just meet other people besides, you know, just being a loner in your own space. I know when I was a property manager, we would have events, wine and cheese events, and just different things where people can come down to the lobby or the community's room or wherever this event is being held and just get to know each other as neighbors and, you know, foster a community amongst each other. I know some communities, they have food trucks during the summer, so one week they might have taco trucks, the next week they have, you know, soul food trucks, and you get a chance to socialize and just talk to them and communicate with them. And so I feel like living in a luxury building that has community events, it's like you are all a community within the larger community or whatever. So those are my 10 tips of why living in like one of those new luxury buildings would be beneficial. Now, if you want to live in a new luxury building because of, you know, the aesthetics, or because you feel like it's a status symbol, okay, I guess I get it, I guess. However, I feel like there are so many other reasons why you should want to live in a new luxury building. And so if you're here to the end of this video, I would like to thank you guys for coming to kick it with me today, and make sure that you like the video and subscribe and come back for more videos. And I will see you guys in my next YouTube video. Toodles.